large format and presented for a kind of gallery exhibition. The next body of work I made was very much kind of a response in black and white to kind of, I'd seen Cortége's small contact prints from his time in the military and kind of early 20th century, and really responded to the way that, I really enjoyed the way that I responded to that work in the gallery space, the fact that I was sucked in rather than overwhelmed, and they become something quite precious. So I started making work like that, and then the most recent body of work I made is a series of postcards, which is again just another departure in response to somebody else's work. So it's something that I'm really interested in. But I think, photography within a fine art context is really valid, but I think it can exist in lots of other contexts as well in equally valid ways, and I like experimenting with those things.
Yeah. I think what's interesting is that the sort of the meaning and the values of the final form of photography really does impact on the experience. And it's, I mean, in your individual ways, you were talking very much about being very sentient to what the form needs to be in order to have the viewer to have the experience that you want of the work. Because being slightly more cynical and not being a practitioner, so I can say what I like, I mean, if you were feeling cynical, you would say that, okay, well, actually there are these trends in size and production values, which potentially, one would say, are either strongly market-driven or driven by a motivation to make work that looks like contemporary art. So, for example, in the very late 90s, if you wanted it to signal immediately this is contemporary art photography, it would be 30 by 40 inches backed on a sheet of